computer's like glitching. That glitching in the area.
What's up, man? Wait, your thing's still muted.
Why is my thing muted?
Hey. Now you're muted again. There you go.
Quit muting me, man. What are you doing? Why are you muting me?
I have both hands up here.
Man, hey, Chris, I'm just going to mute him real quick. I've had enough of this conversation already. Enough of this conversation. Say, hey, man, what's going on, brother?
Oh, not too much. Not too much. Kind of busy yet quiet weekend, I guess.
A busy yet quiet weekend?
Yeah, well, Sunday I probably should have done a lot more, but I got into that mood that I just wanted to veg. I don't get a lot of those times, but we kind of just lounged around the house because I start classes next week. So I'm like, oh, well, I'm not gonna have too much. But on Saturday, we took the kids out. If you ever heard of a place called Urban Air?
No, I don't think I've ever heard of Urban Air.
What is shorts on it? It's like a trampoline type park, but my daughter had a.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, my daughter had a friend that had a birthday party there, which is all good and fine. So my oldest is running around with her friends and stuff like that. So I kind of had the youngest. Man, this place was bananas packed. It was crazy. Normally it wouldn't be too bad because if it was, average sized kids, not too bad. It kind of like a Sky Zone, but more extreme type thing. But there were these groups of teenage kids running around this place. And this place was so understaffed, it was ridiculous. And even if it was full staff, they got a bunch of teenagers anyways running the place. So it's not like they were really going to do anything. So I would, a couple of small areas, they were just being complete dicks. And I was at the point where I'm like, if they touch my kid, I am going to freaking lose it. And we were going towards the end, and my daughter wanted to do this little obstacle course thing. And you have to wait in line to get your turn. Well, we're waiting in line. This thing's taking longer than it should because teenagers keep going to the exit side and jumping in the ball pit. And I'm getting annoyed at this point. So my daughter gets to go on, and I go to the exit, and this kid just walks right past me, jumps in. I'm like, what in the F are you doing? He's like, what? I'm like, you realize that you are screwing it up for every single person in this damn line. So why don't you get your ass out of that goddamn thing and stop screwing around? He's like, well, I didn't know. I'm like, dude, you're old enough not to look that friggin' stupid. So I was like, there's an exit sign right here. I'm pretty sure you did it wrong. So get the hell out of there and get back in freaking line. Oh, I went off on this kid. Oh, sorry. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Get the hell out of my way.
All right. So I got to make a confession.
A teenage kid so bad.
I got to make a confession, man. When I go to these places, I turn into a kid, and I start playing dodgeball on the trampolines. So I got to make a confession. I become the biggest kid.
But there's nothing wrong with that because there's an area for that, and there's you can play the game and you can do all that stuff. But God, these kids.
You'll get there, man. It'll be okay.
I want to hit him so bad.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay. I promise you, it'll be okay, man. So,
hey, and Wayne's wife, they may have pushed me to be a brat or whatever you want to title it, but they damn near deserved it. They're lucky that I just chewed them out and didn't hit them.
so we got a lot of cool stuff going on today. I found some stuff on the Funko site. I don't know that like anybody's really covered yet. I know that we've kind of seen it in our group chat with Chase and Dead Zone Citizen, but I don't think anybody's ever really talked about it. I don't think anybody has like really looked at it. So I thought maybe we could do that together. They got some new vaulted stuff coming up, some Star Wars news, some stuff at GameStop I want to talk about. We might talk about some pops that are coming soon, and we might even get into like some old news. I don't really know yet. So this should be an interesting show. I haven't seen anything new going on at Disney lately, though. I haven't seen any of that.
There's not much, only because right now, Destination D23 is about to happen in a couple weeks. So all the main information stays wrapped up, getting ready for the big announcements and stuff like that. So right now it's just a bunch of speculation, and Halloween party that just started. Other than that, it's fairly, and it was from what I heard from some friends of mine that was out at the parks last week, and it was fairly quiet. And that could be also just that middle. There's usually a middle time between when schools start going back and before people start to vacation again. So I think we're in that little middle time area right now. So technically, if you have the opportunity, now is probably a very good time, although it is still like 95 degrees outside with high humidity, so you got that to deal with too.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to be dealing with that. Did you know that there's like whole pages set up on Disney propaganda? Did you know that?
Oh yeah. I really don't pay attention to, because most of them are wrong anyways, and incorrectness, and you could go down that rabbit hole 1,000 ways to Sunday, and
listen to me though. There are whole TikTok accounts set up with Disney propaganda. I mean, like some of it is ludicrous.
Oh yeah,
Disney propaganda, and who thought about setting up a TikTok page that was just going to be about propaganda?
Because I got nothing else to do, and it's pretty much all lies. So here's where I put a lot of those things. Remember, I don't know. This is maybe, like I say, maybe 10 years ago, maybe 10 to 12 years ago. iPads were just coming out, so people were just starting to do these things. And there was this news group called The Onion. And this group's sole purpose was basically just to create the most outrageous fake up, news articles. And they were blatantly saying this is just made up 1,000%, but they would just make stuff up. And what's funny is 10 to 12 years later, the level of what The Onion used to make up is about what people are trying to say now. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, none of this could even be partially real. And especially some of it, like you've brought me some stuff before, and I can tell right away if it's fake because of certain things within pictures or whatnot, and me just knowing the parks well enough and knowing what is going to be done there. So it's so crazy that the types of things people make up just for clout.
It's slightly insane, but I think we need to hit that chat up. I see Zach over there talking about my hair. Zach, it's not even funny, man. That hurt a little bit. That hurt like right here. Right here a little bit.
Well, early in the chat, we had our good friend Miss Christina Payne. In fact, she'll be out here in Orlando a couple weeks. We're gonna try to meet up with her a little bit, and we're still working out some of the details. And I just got some new information for something that I just came into my plate today, and I think the day we're supposed to meet, I may actually be at Epcot because I got a preview through a friend to go check out the new Moana area out at Epcot. It's just a walkthrough, so it's not like it's a ride, but it's still something new that hasn't technically opened up yet.
Are you going to film it?
Yes, they are allowing cameras and videotaping and posting and all that stuff into this. So yeah, and it's a water area, so the kids are coming along with us too, and so they can probably try to play in the water areas and stuff like that. So it should be interesting. But yeah, that just came into my lap today, so that I got to take advantage when I can get those.
I would take advantage of that as well, 100%.
We've also got Zach Bonifer in the house. What's up, buddy? Appreciate you. We got our good friend Dead Zone Citizen. We've got Quick Draw McGraw. What's going on, man? Of course, we've got Wayne's wife in the house.
What is going on?
Also got our good friend from the Great White North, Mr. Simon Crook.
Simon Crook's always in the house.
We've also got Kenneth Bird. What's going on?
Kenneth Bird, what's up,
We've
brother?
got my good friend out here in Orlando, Dominican Lou. What's going on, buddy?
He gets in the conversations every once in a while.
Oh, yeah. He told me one time this is a guy I used to work with a long time ago. And I told him when I was starting to do YouTube at one point, I was doing Funkos. He's like, oh, I used to have one of these. And I was like, oh yeah, which one do you have? And he told me he had the Hangover. Remember the one with the Hangover? We had the baby on him and stuff.
No, I don't. That was a pop.
Yeah, there was a pop made.
It
was a high valued pop too.
Do you still got that one?
I don't know if he still has that, but it was out of box. But inbox at the time, that thing was worth about $200-300.
I could use that one in my collection. Hit me up after the show.
We've also got Johnny Sachs.
Johnny Sachs, what is up?
What's going on? And I think that is about caught up.
So let me ask you a question. Have you seen that the Funko site has pop yourself? Have you seen this?
I've seen it on the website, but I know that some of our friends out here have done it, but I haven't really focused on it.
Right. I know that you've seen Chase did it, Dead Zone did it. There's a few other people that did it, but I didn't even know that you could do it until the day I went to the Funko site and I kind of clicked on it. And I was just going to kind of walk through this together. So this is what I thought we were going to do. We're going to make a Chris pop today. I think we're going to make a Mr. Tech Bot pop is the one that I think
it's just going to look like a normal people pop.
It's whatever. We're gonna have to do this together. So you go to the little section where it says featured, and then there's gonna be like a little pop yourself, and then you click down, and it's gonna give you like all of the stuff. I've never done this before, Chris. We're gonna have to decide which color you are, though. What color would you be? Are you going to be to the left or to the right?
Which one of these? I identify in the middle.
You're identifying, but there's two of them in the middle. So which one do you identify as in the middle?
I'm as white can be.
As white can be. So we're gonna click this body. Yeah, that looks like the right body type. And then we'll click the really.
You got a little fat one in there.
We're gonna have to wait for this to load. For some reason, my PC's moving a little slow today. So I'm sorry if like you can see that on y'all's end. I hope that you can't. So what do you think? This is what we're starting off with. What do we think?
You gotta make him a little bit more chunky.
I can't make him. What's wrong with you? I can't make him more chunky. I mean, I got to make him more chunky. What kind of nonsense is that? I got to make him more chunky.
Well, hopefully by the end of the year, I won't be so chunky.
So let's see. Lashes or no lashes? Which one are we doing?
I don't know. I have very light lashes.
So we're going no lashes. No lashes. It is.
You get there really hard to see.
No lashes. Which hair are we going with? You have all of these different options. Hold on. Let's go back. I gotta see your hair again. Hold on. I gotta get back over here so I can see your hair again. I think
you gotta let the chat pick that one.
The chat should pick that one. The chat should 100% pick that one. Y'all have to tell me what number of hair I'm going with, because this is going to be an interesting one. So we have. I think that I don't think it's any of these, to be honest. Let's click a little bit. We're going to roll for a minute. Let's scroll. So there we go. So we're getting closer. We have a 8, 7. It's not going to be 6 as much as I want it to be. Oh, we should get a mullet. Definitely a mullet going on there.
Maybe when I was younger, definitely had mullet in there.
we should definitely get the mullet going. All right, so no. So y'all tell me. So let's go 8, 7. 8, 7, or there's two different 6s. One of the 6s has a mullet, one of the 6s doesn't have a mullet, and it looks like after that we start getting into hair hats and stuff like that. We're not going to put a hat on Chris today. I really think that this is going to be the one right here, though. I think this is it, though. I believe so. Y'all have to tell me. What color hair are we going with? What color's your hair?
It's got to be like that brown right there.
This one right here?
That's probably closest.
Let's see. What do we think?
This is probably the best looking one.
This is kind of fun, to be honest with you. All right, let's hit next. Hit next. You're gonna see what we got. I don't know if y'all have done this. I have not done this. I know that Chase has done this. I know that Dead Zone Citizen has done this. I don't know if anybody else has done this. If you've done this, throw a comment over there and let us know that you've done this before. We're not gonna go with any. You don't wear glasses, right? No glasses.
Not really.
No glasses. Much. We're gonna skip past the glasses. No beard. No. Hold on. Whoa! Stop. Uh-oh.
You gotta go with the middle one.
We might have to like click on one of these. Is this it?
No.
Hold on.
There's a little bit up there when I decide not to shave. That's probably closer.
And
it's gotta be like a reddish because it's actually all red. It's the Irish in me.
What do you mean it's all red? How do you have a red beard, not red hair?
That's like my wife. It is
like
red.
This right here.
It's got like a reddish tint to it.
Like this right here.
Yeah, that's probably closest. To be honest with you.
All right.
It's the Irish in me.
All right, so now we're gonna pick our clothes, man. You're gonna have to help me out with this one. We're gonna have to pick some clothes. What clothes are we going down?
I don't know. I'll let the chat decide that one.
Come on, chat. Tell me which one it is. So we have it. All of these. We really can't go with the numbers because they kind of start to have the same numbers that just repeat. It's just different styles of that.
I'm more of a t-shirt and jeans.
Yeah, I think historically when we see you, it's probably like t-shirt, right? I mean, so I'm thinking that we probably Redbeard the Pirate. That's right, Zach. You got it. So I'm thinking we probably go with like the black t-shirt.
Possibly. I have a pirate tattoo on the back of my leg, so
I'm thinking we probably go with like the black number 4, and then we'll change the color of the t-shirt. Because do you typically wear black a lot?
Not always, no.
No, not always. How about the Captain? I seen that, Christina. She said the Captain America. So we'll try that one real quick. If my PC ever decides that it's going to catch up, it's moving really slow today. I don't know if it needs an update. I'm not really sure what's going on with it at this moment, but it's trying to move in slow mo for me.
It's bogged down.
Yeah, it's moving in slow mo for me for whatever reason. Here we go. All right, let's see. You got the Captain. Is that Captain or Aquaman?
Like I was going to think like Aquaman.
I think we're gonna have to go back to the black t-shirt.
Yeah, Aquaman.
I think we got to go back to the black t-shirt. That looks like Aquaman. I'm not sure that that's a captain. I'm pretty sure that's an Aquaman. T-shirt looks like it's for the win. T-shirt it is. Were we staying with the black t-shirt? Black t-shirt it is.
Red, I guess.
Blacker. I think we're going to stick with the black t-shirts. You got black on the day. Black t-shirt it is. What do we typically wear, shorts or pants?
I mean, usually I wear a cargo short type.
Do you wear these with tennis shoes or slippers?
When I'm out and about, usually flip flops. Gotta have flip flops here in Florida.
Flip flops it is.
You gotta have flip flops in Florida.
All right, now we're going to say that you're a pretty stylish guy, and we're going to keep those black.
I usually go. I'm more khaki cargo.
More of a khaki cargo. Here we go. All right, khaki cargo it is.
There you go. That's probably more like it.
All right, moving on. That long sleeve. It is a long sleeve. He's wearing long sleeve in Florida. You hush it.
That is a good point.
Hush it, chat. Hush it, chat. He's wearing a long sleeve in Florida. What are we putting in Chris's hand? It looks like we got a lot of things that we can put in his hand. Looks like we can put a necklace on. Looks like we got coffee cups. We got a little Freddy Funko. Some ice cream, popcorn, baseballs, footballs, a number 1.
How about a cell phone like I'm recording?
A cell phone like
there was one in there.
I seen a camera back there, but I didn't see a cell phone. I seen a camera though. We have a camera here.
If you keep going, there was a cell phone.
There was right there. Look at that. So we're gonna put the cell phone in your hand. I got you. Come on, cell phone. What's wrong with you? We said cell phone. There you go.
Don't encourage him, Simon. Damn it.
What was Simon saying right now? Simon encouraged me.
Well, Quick Draw said, "T-shirt and skirt. We never see the bottom half of him." That's okay.
That's what I'm saying. You never know, right? Never know.
Maybe I'm a kilt type of guy.
All right, so we're only going to go with that one accessory. Do we have any pets? Are we adding a pet to the collection?
Nah.
No pets to the collection, so no buddies are going along with it. Then we have
that's like a standard people pop right there.
What?
That's a people pop.
Push your mouth. Mr. Techbot. Let's see what he looks like. Let's see what he looks like. What's he going to look like? It's pretty cool. All right, guys. So I had to walk through that. Look, that was a lot of fun. See, wait.
I'm starting to make him look like a chubby ginger Justin Timberlake.
So I was kind of wondering what that experience was like, and apparently it's up for everybody. So if you want to slide over there, maybe jump in there, pop yourself. It's open, it's there, it's a lot of fun. I wish they had a few more options. They needed a few more body types. They needed
if they have so many licensing, they need to start putting like I prefer to wear like items on the front of my shirt or something.
That's I guess that's
they put some like Disney shirts or something like that. Give me a Mickey shirt. Give me a standard Mickey shirt.
Yeah, I mean, what if you had Nike shoes on? They definitely need to go after like
you're a shoes person. Yeah, put Nike or Adidas.
They definitely need to go after a few more like licenses out there. That's a lot of fun though. I wish that there was some more to it. Just like you pointed out, we need some stuff on the shirts. We need maybe some brand shoes, maybe more body types. Maybe like tattoos. Maybe we like have the ability to put tattoos on people. Yeah. I think that maybe they should have like gave me the ability to be blood spattered. What if I wanted to be like a horror pop? What if I didn't? I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's so many options
on or something.
Yeah, so many options. They definitely should have like gave us a few different options.
Why did I know the Luau was going to come on and talk about that?
What's he talking about?
Ahsoka T-minus 35 minutes.
Ahsoka is the new Ahsoka series starting today?
Yeah, it starts.
That is funny because we were going to talk about that today. They got some new Ahsoka pops that has kind of been announced, but kind of hasn't been announced. God, Lou almost like I'm not going to let you get me, Lou. We're not going to jump to that just yet. So let me get that pulled down real quick. There is a new vaulted pop that's going to be coming out that I wanted to, the ones that you like so much. They call them, what do they call them? Like fresh out of the vault or whatever it is that they call it. I can't really think. What do they call those?
Wait,
the ones that come in that metal vault box thing. What do they call those? Out of the vault or
out of the vault, something of that nature. They've only done like to that. 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, they haven't done very many of them. They have a new one that's going to be coming out. It looks pretty cool. I said that we might go over some pops that's going to be coming out. I think we most definitely need to like talk about some pops that's going to be coming out soon because there's actually some really cool ones that's going to be coming out. And to avoid like getting caught up in like negative nonsense, I'm going to like jump to the new pops that's going to be coming soon because there is some really cool ones and surprising. There's some blacklight pops I think people are going to kind of get behind. Christina said diecast. It's not the diecast pops. It's those ones that they came out with the Joker. They came out with what was that Disney character? The Lorax. Did I say that right?
No, the Disney character was Lotso.
Lotso, that's it. I knew there was no way that I said that right.
Lorax is Dr. Seuss.
I was like, man, I came out with that too easy. Too easy that came out of my mouth. All right, so I'm gonna bring this up real quick, and we'll talk about some of these new things because honestly, there is some new ones. I kind of jumped into it today thinking there really wasn't going to be any like new releases to talk about, and then after I seen it, I was like, all right, surprisingly, there is some new stuff coming up that's kind of worth talking about. And then we'll jump into the new vaulted pop that's coming up. So one of them that's going to be coming up here soon is going to be a Jack and Sally. Do you think that the Jack and Sally is played out? Have we felt like maybe the Jack and Sally like right now is played out?
No, because there's such. I mean, it's just like anime. Whether or not you do similar ones. Nightmare Before Christmas has such a cult following. For Disney that. They're going to continue to sell those because everybody that loves Nightmare Before Christmas, especially this time of year, because Nightmare Before Christmas, you can ask a lot of people and you're going to get 2 different answers on, is it a Halloween movie or is it a Christmas movie? Technically, it's both. So you can kind of play off both holidays.
It's a Halloween movie.
Technically a Christmas movie, so
it's a Halloween movie. Anyway, so I don't know how I feel about this
Jack and Sally. Christmas movie, or is it not? It is.
Look, there's a large part of me that says that this one's a flop, and then there's this other side to me that says that it's not going to be a flop. I think when it comes to like the creative pops that I've seen lately, that maybe these are in the top 10 the most creative that I've seen lately, right? Let's all be honest. Funko's kind of been creative bankrupt lately. It's this strange
they definitely need a
So I'm
new
not saying that they're the most creative things I've ever seen. I'm just saying that lately these are pretty creative for Funko. We all know that they're coming out with the slithering, the new like comic cover type things that they do. They got the new 7 Deadly Sins. I just kind of skipped over these to talk about that one real quick. The Bugs Bunny. You know, they just came out with the soda like this, right? Am I wrong? The soda of this, or they came out with this one in the van, right?
I don't know. I'm not
Yeah, so
very.
the
I'm not
Mystery
sure.
Machine, this Bugs Bunny just came out not too long ago in the Mystery Machine. It
But
was
I'm
in the
not.
Mystery Machine.
And you might be right because I think we talked about the whole mashups. I think the whole mashups of doing
It's
Bugs
weird.
Bunny as a Scooby Doo character. I mean, there's so many great classic Bugs Bunny moments that we could be using for the Warner Brothers 100 rather than mashing them up with a Scooby Doo character.
It's super weird. I don't know why they did it. It's super weird. I don't really understand it. Now we're going to have like where they just do it broad because there's going to be multiple ones coming up in these, and they don't really have the images of them yet. We're going to come back to the Ahsoka here in a minute though, because I went so far is to pull up all of them that they have. So I'll have to like jump back and forth for a minute while I do that. So I'm going to come back to that. So just kind of keep that in mind. We have a new Hocus Pocus and I don't know who this witch is. I guess this is going to be a witch coming from the new movie.
The Witch Mother, but it says it's from Hocus Pocus 2.
So this,
I don't remember. I might have to watch that one again.
Look, I have zero. I seen this one today. I seen it in an article. I still didn't know who it was. I still don't know who it is. I don't know. I know that we have the new Hero Academia pop, which is an FYE exclusive. Not super surprised that it's an FYE exclusive. I am super surprised, though, that they're hanging on to this lazy way of making chases. That doesn't even feel like a chase to me. What do you think of this new extreme lazy way of making chases?
Especially when you come with glow ones. I mean, either it's a staff that has a point glowing, or in this case, it's the hair. I think.
But we know it's not even going to glow that well. Yeah. It's not even going to glow that well is kind of the problem.
No, I don't like it.
The witch is from the beginning of the movie. I don't remember the switch at all. Not even.
I'm gonna have to watch that movie again. It's about that time of year.
Definitely gonna have to see it again. The new lazy way of making chase variants is going to run me crazy. They're not even worth collecting. I don't even want to collect a chase variant that is so weak. I mean, it's extremely weak. Stupid glow. It's not going to glow. It's garbage, junk. We're going to move on. We just talked about those. There's the new Star Wars stuff that's coming up. R2D2 Lights and Sounds. I know you've seen that one already, but check out this Ken and Barbie Hot Topic exclusive. This is a 2-pack, I believe. If I looked at that correctly, I believe that this is a 2-pack. Yes, so this is a 2-pack. Ken and Barbie. I haven't seen the movie. I'm not going to say don't see the movie because I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. I kind of like these pops. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why I like these pops. Maybe it's like the 80s like vibe suits they have on. I don't really know, but they're pretty cool. What do you think?
I mean, like I said, I haven't seen the movie, but this goes to classic Ken and Barbie kind of matching. But yeah, it reminds me of like an 80s style, leggings with the big old socks and stuff like that. He's got the rollerblades. So I'm sure maybe it's a part of the movie that I don't know, but
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
I know my kids would want it. They saw it.
It's pretty cool. Nonetheless, it's pretty cool. I liked it. I seen it and was like, all right, I can get behind this. I don't know what it's from, but it looks a lot like what I would imagine a Barbie wearing was with the bodysuit and the leggings and I guess the rollerblades. I don't remember if they came with rollerblades or not. We got the new diecast Spider-Man.
That's the one that Chase just said he just got his in.
We all know that guy's coming. What about the Snowman Jack Carols? Now this is pretty.
I like these sets just like I have my National Lampoon Christmas one, but they're just I don't even mind the size. They're just so expensive.
They're big though. So I have I have the National Lampoon one as well. The one with the lights on the house. It is big. Yeah. It is just really big. I kind of do mind the size of it. It's really, really big. It's almost like, what do you do with it big? I mean, it's big. It's a lot like the other ones that they made too, though. So I guess it's okay. Okay, I guess. Okay. So I think all of these we've already talked about. We went over these last week. I'm pretty sure we did.
No,
so
we started right there at the wrestler. So there's still that Pink Ranger's a new one, and then
this is the Pink Ranger, the Ranger Slayer. I did a whole video on the ladies.
Yeah, there's a different Ranger Slayer, so they're just releasing one at a time.
Yeah, you know that they were going to do that. They're going to release one at a time.
There was one with colors. Go down.
All right, give me a second. I got to get back over there.
Okay, Denver. The Haunted Mansion. So those ones are.
I thought
that these from the movie. Those are movies.
I thought these were new, but I wasn't 100% sure if these were new or not. So
I'm trying to tell if that one on the right that doesn't look like the Hatbox Ghost, but there's a Hatbox Ghost, and that's gonna be. But I don't think that is.
I don't even know.
Hatbox Ghost is it's an iconic ghost within the ride. It started out in Disneyland. I think they just recently put it over here in Disney World for the Halloween season. It's a great animatronic.
We got Disc Trackers in the house. Disc Tracker is in the house. Everybody, give a round of applause to Disc Tracker. He's still calling himself Johnny Knight, but we all know that it's Disc Tracker. I still have a soda here that belongs to Johnny Knight that still hasn't been made out.
Lou said that those Barbies take you back to your Miami Vice days.
I don't know what they take me back to. You're probably right, but they're taking me back to something. I look at them and I'm like, all right. I mean, I don't know that I would rush to Hot Topic to get my hands on them. I don't see me like waiting in line to get these, but on the right Sunday, I could see these ending up in my collection. I mean,
you found them in the store, maybe,
maybe
something.
If I was out hunting already, and I'm sure that they're going to come in a cool box as well. That's the other thing. I am convinced that this is going to be in an all pink box, or the box is going to match their outfit. Something crazy is going to be going on with this box, right? Because we just know that it's Barbie, so they're going to go way over the top. It's not going to be the average box. It's nice.
So I did just look on Funko's website, and that is the Hatbox Ghost from the movie. But the problem is, how do you make? And I think Funko, and it's got to be somewhere in the. I haven't seen the Haunted Mansion movie, and I don't know. But how are you going to do a Hatbox Ghost without the Hatbox? Because the premise of the Hatbox Ghost is he holds like a hat box essentially, like for a top hat, and his head basically comes off of his body and goes into the box. So that's the whole premise of the Hatbox Ghost that you see in the ride, where his face goes out and all of a sudden you see his face inside the box. How are you going to have the Hatbox Ghost when he's not holding the hat box?
All right. I don't know. I don't know.
Details like that is what will piss a Disney fan off.
I know. I trigger you on a daily basis.
I would not buy that on the sole premise that he's just. I would love.
He's not right.
The Hatbox Goes pop, but he's not holding a hat box, so it doesn't make any sense.
What is he doing? Johnny Knight, I'm going to have to catch that video. I appreciate
pointing.
So I told you that we would talk about Ahsoka, right? We're going to talk about Ahsoka because if you go to and what page was I just on? I'm going to give these guys a shout out because I think that this is the Hot Stuff for Geeks has become one of my favorite places to find the new stuff that's coming up. And they even give you a list of all of the new Ahsoka pops that are going to be coming. They just don't have pictures of them, but they do have the list of the ones that are coming. So, and then I went to Google with this list and I pulled up the characters so that we could look at the characters and you could kind of give me a yay or nay on what you think. And I'm going to be honest, a couple of them are pretty lame. They're just going to be people pops. And I'm like, but then there's like three or four of them that I'm like, this is pretty hot. This is pretty hot. So the first one that we're going to pull up here is going to be, I think that this is just, this one's just a people pop. So this looks to me like it's going to be another one of the Mandalores or Mandalorian, right? Whatever.
So Sabine Wren.
Yeah, so this is Sabine. I don't know who this is. I have zero clue. look, I almost asked JKL if he'd come on for a minute and educate us in Star Wars, but then I didn't want to keep him up too late. You know how
he works early.
Yeah, then I didn't want to keep him up too late, so I didn't bother him with it. But I knew if anybody could educate on this, it was definitely JKL. This looks like another Mandalore, not super exciting, not anything that you're gonna like run out there to get your hands on, but still pretty cool all the same, right? Pretty cool all the same. Then they're going to have the next one is going to be this Android pop. This is one of them that I'm like, all right, it's all right, but once again, it's not like over the top, right? I don't see me like running out to get my hands on this Android. I think that I have. Let me make sure that I got this one. Yeah, I got this one up. It's let's see.
Hey, did you know there's Thriller Michael Jackson pops coming out?
Yeah. Those things are going to be hot. I keep telling everybody to like keep their eyes out on them, but people don't believe me most of the time. They think I made stuff up. Thriller. I decided to just
I'm all about
say that. What?
I'd be down for a Thriller one.
I made stuff up in the backwoods somewhere, and then I decided to like throw it on here to get clicks and views. All right, let's see. So this next one has already been made by a lot of people. I'm not super excited about this. This looks to me like a different R2D2. Anytime you start getting into these like straight up and down trash can looking droids, I don't get super excited about them. They just don't seem to do it for me. BB-8 was probably like my last like really cool, or at least what I thought was a cool one. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't get. I mean, I get if you do a BB-8 or an R2D2, but when you start doing these weird random droids, it's like, I mean, only a person like JKL that
could appreciate it, right?
Every small detail of every single movie, and would know what one color of one droid is compared to another color. The average person is just going to see another droid.
This is all we needed right here. Quick draw helped us out. There you go. Helped us out. So they have a couple of them that are going to be coming. Look, all of these are characters that I've never seen, and that's kind of why I almost like asked JKL the knowledge of all Star Wars to come educate us. But then I was like, I'm just not going to like. I'm not going to bother JKL today. They have this general that's going to be coming. She reminds me a lot of another character, but I can't quite like place my finger on it for some reason. Hold on, there we go. Let's get this added to the stream. My stuff's moving a little slow, so look, I apologize. Who is
this? Looks like it's from that was it that animated series?
I don't know.
Rebels or something like that. I don't know. JK would know.
This one's another one to me that's just okay, right? I'm still not super excited.
It's a green version of Ahsoka.
Right. That's what I thought, right? It was just a different color of Ahsoka. I don't really understand it. I'm sure that like the true Star Wars people do though. So don't like, put me on the stake anytime soon. I don't really know about that one. Then we got some of them coming up that are pretty cool. They are pretty cool. Like this guy right here.
Wait, hold on. So that one girl was a new leader of the Mandalorians, but didn't the sword in the end of Mandalorian be given to Bo-Katan?
I thought so too. So I kind of like stayed out of that, and I kind of read that. So I've kind of stayed out of that conversation. I even kind of seen that conversation online. So
yeah, the dark saber in the Mandalorian series was ended with Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan had it, so I'm staying out of that because I think there's some timeline grievances that are going to happen coming up here quickly. This one is going to be that beast looking thing that you see that I have pulled up. You get two characters when I pull that up. One of them looks
like a very skinny, malnourished
dog, wolf, dog, hyena, rabbit, hyena thing. It's still
tried to starve the hell out of it.
It still looks pretty cool. So out of all of them, this one and the next one that I'm going to be pulling up are like the two that I'm like, all right, I could see these ending up in my collection sometime here in the near future. Let's see. I gotta get this next one pulled up. Where's it at? And I'm having a tough time with these today. Tough time.
That's all right.
No. All right.
Oh man, I don't know what they're doing.
What do you mean? What? Who's doing?
I was looking through the was it the coming soon of on the Funko site. There's just so many. There's just so many pops that are just like so blah.
Yeah, the coming soon on the Funko site really hasn't changed since we looked at it last. So check this one out. Check this one out. Check this one out. This is one of them that is pretty hot. So the last two, like out of the list that they say that's going to be coming out of this series, these are the cool ones to me. So this one's really cool. I'm sure this is just a different kind of like, what is it?
Detective robot or something.
Say what?
Detective robot, like
I don't really
Sherlock
know.
Holmes robot and shit.
But dude, still pretty cool. This will make a pretty cool pop. So the last two that I showed y'all will make pretty cool pops. The other ones are just people pops, and you know people pops are just people pops. They've always just been people pops. There's not a whole lot to them, but that one is pretty cool all the same. And then we are going to have check this out. Check this out. Y'all are gonna like this as well. If you have your GameStop Pro card.
Okay.
And you are going to currently collect the Upper Deck cards, you can go to GameStop at this moment and pre-order this guy. I didn't think this was something that you would be able to get from GameStop, but you're going to be able to pick this one up at GameStop. And the reason I say if you're a pro member, because you get like $5 off a month, and then you add up like dollars every time you do it, and then they're going to sell it to you at $180 versus $189 for being the pro member. So not only do you get the discount that you normally get through your GameStop bucks and all of that good stuff, but you're also going to be able to add your like monthly discount. You could actually end up picking this up at a pretty decent deal if you played it right.
Yeah, but I saw something this week.
What'd
because
you see?
of course we're talking about cards here. And we're talking about, you know, collectible cards, or even, you know, these aren't really game cards. But, you know, of course, some of you guys know that, you know, the Disney Lorcana had recently released in card shops. And in some instances, people have found the Lorcana being on the shelves at GameStop, which I haven't checked my local GameStop to see if that's true. But people have bought full boxes of Lorcana. It's $120.
How many cards are in a box?
I think it was 12 packs.
12 packs. How many cards are in the pack?
I think there's 12 cards in the pack.
So that would sound about right. That would come out to be a dollar a pack, dollar card roughly. So somewhere in that category, somewhere in the dollar a card. Funko is a little over $1 a card when it comes to that like realm. They're a touch over that right now. You were telling me that you could find it in some game places. I've seen it in none. I didn't know GameStop had it at all though.
Yeah, they're supposed to have it, and there has been there. I've seen pictures now, whether it's true or not, or it's just GameStop people, you know, trolling people. But yeah, they showed them being hung up on the shelves and stuff like that. I checked every comic book shop in our area. They did receive them, but they were sold out rather quickly because, of course, they came through on you know, people who came through, and there's tons of TikToks on Lorcana already. So,
are you serious? People have like, no, they haven't. Seriously.
There's tons. All you got to type in, if you search Disney Lorcana, you'll find you know, video after video after video of people, you know, doing it, whether they talk about playing the actual game, whether they're talking about ones that are already valued. Right now they're saying there's an Elsa foil card that is worth about $400 to $500.
What?
Which is the top rated one right now, other than the D23, because the D23 ones actually say on the very bottom of the card D23. So that's how you know it came from the expo last year. But
yeah, but those cards are going for like thousands.
That's a difference. But the value of them are going to start dropping.
Why?
Only they're going to hold their value to a little bit only because that D23 at the bottom. They held such a high value because they were the only cards out there. Period. Now that Lorcana Series 1 is already starting to come out, and on September 1st, they're going to be coming out to all big box stores, everybody. I think you'll start to see some of those values dropping down since there's so many other cards in the market type thing. Yeah, I think you're going to have them drop a little bit, but like I said, still going to have high value because it does have the D23 on there.
I'm going to have to disagree with you, man.
I think watch, it will.
I don't see the value of them dropping a whole lot because it has the D23 on there, right? I feel like the value's already kind of been established for some of those cars. Like I seen the Steamboat Mickey was selling for like $10,000, and it had all the way down the car like the foil, like promo.
But you already got a Series 1 Mickeys that are already coming out that are valued and stuff like that. Like I said, the fact that the reason I think that they were so high is because those are the only cars that have been on the market for the past year when they were given out last year at D23 Expo. Yeah. Now that the series is out and there's much more cards out there on the market, yes. Do I think they'll drop? I think they'll drop by about half. To be honest,
I don't think so.
Oh yeah.
Look, I think that D23 is going to hold value just because you can never get that card again. It's like having the convention. It's like having Pops, right? I have a San Diego Comic-Con sticker and I have a convention sticker.
Would agree.
The con sticker is worth a lot more than my convention sticker because you had to physically grab it at the convention.
Yes,
right?
But you got to remember, the value is based off the demand. Again, people were at high demand for it because it was the only ones available. But right. Now that the value, that there's more cards out on the market, now will it still hold a very high value because of that D23 logo at the bottom? Yes, it'll probably still be the most valued cards out there on the market, but they are going to drop because, just like Quick Draw says here, when they start mass producing it and it comes out to the market, card prices will drop. Now it's going to even out is what it's going to do. To be honest with you, I do see those cards dropping at least almost down to 50%.
I don't think so, man. I
agree. As long as that T23 stamp is on there, yes, it'll hold.
It's on there.
Value to a certain point.
It's on the card. I get what you're saying. I truly do. Don't think I don't. I get the fact that there's going to be a lot of cards that are in circulation that are now going to be the same card as my card that says promotion on it and D23. I think that's where the difference is. There's only going to be so many cards that has D23, and most of them, the ones I seen of the Steamboat Mickey, they had across it in foil writing. It said promo all the way across the card. So to let you know that it was just a promotionary card. It wasn't like actual gameplay, right? And I think those two together, right, are going to hold the value. And maybe it goes down at first, right? Maybe I agree with you and say at first it will initially bring the value down, but inevitably the value is going to go back up because 5 years from now you can't get that card anymore. That card is gone.
1,000% agree with you. Yes, in time will that card gain its value because even people that are, because again, the demand is going to go down right now because everyone's focusing on Series 1 of Lorcana. Now, once the series start coming out, and people can get these card packs a little bit easier than they can now, of course. I think once the card packs are easier to get, I think in about even 6 months to a year, then you're going to have those high collectors that already have a lot of the Series 1. They're going to go, I'm missing the D23 ones, and then the value is going to go up.
That's right. Correct. Simon, I truly appreciate you, brother. I haven't got to do this in a while, so I have to do it.
Damn! So I would say that anybody that does have D23 ones, hold on to them. I would even pull them off of being sold because you are going to lose value right now. Hold on to them, put them aside, put them back up for sale in about 6 months.
Just for a little while, though. I mean, just for a little while. And I would hold on to them longer than 6 months. These would be the cards that I would not sell. These would be what I would consider the original Charizards of Pokemons, right? This would be the OG of Pokemons that today sell for millions of dollars. In 10 years from now, I see these cards going for stupid amounts of money. just stupid. I see in 10 years from now, people are like, oh my God, I can't believe that I didn't get behind that. And look, I'm going after the first series. If I don't get any more past the first series, because maybe I don't like the cards, or maybe that they're too expensive, or maybe Disney does something stupid that forces me not to want to get behind them that I want. But this first series, I want every card in this first series. Simon, I truly appreciate you, brother. Truly
like I said, I keep looking for them. I know that in starting, which is probably where I'll get some of my first sets, is starting September 1st. Shop Disney is supposed to be getting theirs, so I could probably just get some from Shop Disney as well, make it a little bit easier. But then again, I'm also paying shipping costs at that point, so it's a mixed bag. But I'll still check I'll check the Walmarts, I'll check the GameStops, I'll check the Targets. All the big box stores are going to start having them.
Eventually they are. I mean, and when did you say that they're supposed to come out?
The official release for the big box stores is the 1st of September.
So I'm hoping that this is my new like card short series when we start being able to readily get our hands on these. Is I'm hoping that the unpacking of these is going to be like my new like short series of unpacking cards, because I had a lot of fun doing that. I had to get over here to Disc Tracker though, or Johnny Funko, whatever you want to call it, to pull up this new one that's going to be coming out.
And just before we get off that, I do agree with Luau. Here's where Funko is also downing, is they're releasing their cards around the same time Lorcana, and they are going to fail because the Disney cards are far, far more superior artwork than these Funko cards are every day of the week.
Funko has made lots and lots and lots and lots of mistakes anymore. It's so many mistakes today. It's almost hard to like try and keep up with like how many mistakes they're making. Yes, like bringing them out at the same time is Disney.
Yeah, it's a bad move.
It's a bad move. You pick and choose your battles, and they pick and chose the wrong battle. I mean, they clearly chose the wrong battle.
I do have to ask Simon one thing, because I know he talked about we told about
Yes.
people, let's hold on to them and get them graded.
Yes,
which of course grading is going to give you more value. But here's the thing: is this is Mr. Pokemon, and he's gotten. I've seen him so many TikToks or shorts or whatever on Pokemon. Are you going to start doing Disney Lorcana?
Oh, there's so many of the Pokemon guys that say that they work, but I bet Simon's not one of those. I bet Simon's not one of those.
I would like to see Simon switch over to Disney Lorcana, promote the crap out of this thing.
There's so many of the Pokemon guys that said that they were never going to get into it, that it wasn't going to be a success, and I don't agree with them. But only time will tell who's right and who's wrong in that subject.
And Quick Draw, I do agree with you to a certain point. I have seen some of the foils that I think could have done a little bit more. But again, remember, this is only series 1. They plan to release a new series every 3 months.
I don't know, Quick Draw. Out of all of the cards I've seen of Disney, they look like artwork, and that's
I would agree. And when it comes to foil, though, I will give it. Pokemon's got some awesome foil cards.
For sure, they do. They've had a lot of practice at it. They've
also been doing it a lot longer. Whereas again, you release a new series every 3 months. Yeah, Disney's going to get good at it after a while.
I mean, Dead Zone has a point as well. Funko should have been on the market a long time ago.
I agree.
I mean, a long time ago. I'm glad Simon's not one of those people, because I've seen lots and lots and lots of videos of Pokemon collectors talking about they were never getting on board, and I thought, man, that is such a mistake. Yeah. That is such a mistake that you have to give them a try, right? I mean, you have to give them a flyer before you can like decide that you don't like it. And I seen the artwork on them. I've seen the Mandalorian artwork on them. They got me sold with the artwork that's on them. The gameplay, I mean, I don't really play Pokemon, so I don't know what I'll have to say to that. Maybe I'll get with some of you guys at some point and we'll try and play the game. Who knows?
There's card shops now. There are people that actually do play the game over streaming. I've seen it before.
I have too.
But there's a card shop, like a comic book shop up the road, maybe not just up the road, but the one I go to, they've got a whole back room where they do nothing but like Pokemon tournaments and stuff. But they do Pokemon, they do Yu-Gi-Oh, they do all those different card games. They do Magic, and I've already gone on their website. They are announcing Lorcana tournaments as well. So it's everybody within the card the card realm of industry is going to be accepting these cards because Disney has just done them so well. And I would agree with Chase. He has gotten screwed in his last 2 vaulted boxes. They're always dented.
Man, Chase,
that sucks.
Chase, that is that's a rough one, right? Because I just put a post on Instagram, and I'm sure that everybody has seen it, about how like easy it is to get Funko to replace things or give you refunds. It's crazy to me that they didn't like jump on that one. Crazy to me that they didn't jump on that one. So this is going to be their next one. I didn't even know. Did you know they came out with them that long ago? Could this honestly be a year one pop?
What's this? That one? Very possible. That could very be the original one. I mean, it's the most classic Jack of all. I mean, just him straight in a suit. So this is probably the original mold.
We're gonna need some people over in like the chat that knows more about this stuff than I do, because I did not know that that they had one that was this far back. I believe you, and I very well think it's possible, but somebody over in like the chat that's seen the OG, is this an original Funko Pop? I mean, I have a hard time believing that this was like when they thought of like what our year one pops would be. Jack Skeleton came up as like their year one pop.
I'd have to reference Chase too. He did make a good point on this. I just looked at this box after pointing out. Did you see that this box looks like it's a like steel like rivets?
I have one.
Shit?
I have one.
Do they all have that rivet type?
Yeah, you want to see it? I
sure.
got one. I'll get it.
I don't have one, so I don't know. Not really kind of. Again, I don't like them because I like the display of the pops, and to me, the vaulted boxes are just not very displayable. That's my only problem with them.
What do you say? The displayability of it?
Yeah, I think the displayability is horrible.
The displayability of it's horrible. I kind of got it sitting on top of a 10-inch pop because there's no real way of displaying it, especially if you like have your pop sitting in a certain way. They do all kind of have this ribbit look to them. Let's pull that down real quick so we can get a little bit bigger look at it.
I don't think I've ever noticed that the boxes have that rivet look.
They're made out of like you remember your old cheap lunch boxes?
Yeah.
That you got. That's kind of what this feels like, right? It's that old cheap lunchbox material. It's not super like heavyweight, but it's not like super like tinfoil lightweight. It's somewhere like strangely in between.
I like the premise of it. I really do.
It's a good idea, right? But it's just not done that well. Like, this is a card of authenticity. I think this was one of the like best things they did, is put the card of authenticity in there. This is kind of garbage. This right here, just is garbage plastic.
It's just added little things to your stuff.
And then they put the little pin in there that nobody really cares about. I have always kind of wanted the year one Joker. The problem is, if you go and look for the year one Joker, he is really expensive. I mean, so they're really expensive to get your hands on. Now, the one thing that you can kind of give Funko credit for is that letter of authenticity. Now, does that mean that it's still limited to 25,000 pieces? Maybe, maybe not. They still didn't give you a one of 2,000, 2,500. They still didn't do that. They didn't give you the escalation of numbers. So you're really just kind of taking their word for it again that it's that limited. It may be, it may not be. You really just don't know. I mean, you just don't know. So with the new Ahsoka series coming out, I think that Entertainment Earth here lately has been coming out with helmet after helmet after helmet after helmet after helmet, which is really cool. They came out with a helmet today, as a matter of fact, and I was kind of caught that one on the slide. But Disc Tracker is Johnny Knight's on top of his stuff today, and he had this up as well. So I don't even have to go to Entertainment Earth to view this one. So this is going to be a Shadow Trooper, is what I think they're calling this one. This thing is fire. I mean, it's absolutely fire. Have you seen
this reminds me of when I was at Disney, and I really regret it. I'm sure I can still find it somewhere, probably over in studios, but they actually had an actual Mandalorian wearable helmet, and it was $140, and man, I should have pulled the plug and just bought the damn thing. But that thing was awesome. But yeah, this one's really cool too. I mean, nowadays with these helmets, you could just like you could line up a whole shelf full of the different Star Wars helmets.
I've been thinking about it for years, just lining up the different like Star Wars helmets. You have the Mandalorians, you have Darth Vader, you have the Stormtroopers, you have so many different like helmets, and and look, I'm kind of into helmets anyways. And then you have multiple different Mandalorians. You have you could just for days you could line up helmets, which would be really cool. But this one has quickly become one of my favorites. Simon, I do have the seal that goes around mine, and I can slide it back over, but it's very pain in the ass because I had to slide it off so that I didn't rip it off, and then I didn't slide it back on. It's just kind of sitting over there. Major pain in the ass. If I was to get it back on, it'd be an act of Congress, and then it might not ever come. It would just be ridiculous. It would be ridiculous. But I did keep the whole like thing to I had to open it though. I see Dish Tracker says that he didn't open his. I absolutely had to open it at some point. I absolutely had to open it. Now you said that you'd been over to Funko and you'd kind of looked at like what they had coming soon. Have you looked at their new what they've come out with here recently? I know Chase just said a second ago that he got the new Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The new diecast Spider.
The most recent ones that have come out on their website right now, they got a bunch of those anime, Naruto, got some Disney pops from Hocus Pocus. It looks like essentially you got 3 new Hocus Pocus pops. None of them are the actual witches. You've got the Jack Skellington with Zero and the tree, which is a very cool set, by the way. I do agree with that. And those are the most recent ones that have actually released, other than the lights and sound R2D2.
So I'm going to bring their page up real quick because I want to point something out to everybody that I noticed here the other day when I was on here and I was kind of looking at their stuff and I was browsing through, and honestly I have not bought a Funko Pop in a while. I mean it's
kind of right there with you. It's been some time.
The last pops that I bought were the Box of Fun, which there's I think that I like started a lot of like controversy about that today, but I really don't care, to be completely honest with you. There's sodas. So I was rolling through here and I seen one of their sodas, and I just got to get it to pull up real quick. I was rolling through and I seen one of their sodas, and it doesn't say it anymore, but it did. It said buy 2 get 1 free.
They got a sale going on or something?
Is what it says right there. And so it doesn't say that now. It looks like they took it off. So just the other day I was on there and I was going to point that out because that is a surefire way of knowing that Funko is in some kind of a trouble when it comes to their sodas, that they are offering that you buy 2 and get 1 free. Get that to go away real quick. There we go. So this is going to be some stupid Spider-Man. You know, they come out with like too many Spider-Mans. They don't have that sale going on now, so I guess it's not something that we're going to be able to really talk about. Chase says this video is going to be coming tomorrow with that, so that should be a pretty cool video. So that it doesn't
check that out.
I'm going to have to check that out as well. So I don't see that on here now, but keep your eyes out if you're after any of the sodas. I know that you could go in there and like type in soda and a bazillion sodas pull up, which is crazy because when they first started making these, you could not get the sodas. They all sold out. That was it. They were sold. They were gone. You couldn't get them anymore. Not the case anymore. You can go in there, punch in soda, a bazillion of them come up, but just keep an eye on the.
He hit the wrong button again. He does this like every week now, I swear to God. Or it's his internet, because his internet's been kind of spotty today for some reason. So I'm sure at some point we will see Wayne back. Oh, I think he's coming back right now. I'm either that, like I said, he hit that damn button again. He does it every single week at this point. Yeah, he hit the button.
You know what?
You hit the button again, didn't you?
I get to scrolling up there and talking, and I just hit. Anyways, what's going on with Disney? Talk to me about Disney. What we got going on?
Like I said, Disney's fairly quiet. You know, I haven't been doing a lot of Disney news lately because I don't know, maybe when they do the announcements, stuff like that. Only because I don't know, just been there's maybe because there hasn't been much, people have been focusing on some negativities and stuff like that, and I'm just not into that type of stuff. But because I think there's still a lot of positivity with Disney and stuff like that. But really, as far as news goes, there isn't much. There's different things. Like if you're a Star Wars fan, I did hear that they are adding times that the Mandalorian will be walking around. Galaxy's Edge, and you can typically find him around the marketplace over in Galaxy's Edge. It's something if you're interested in finding out, definitely a good idea to do. New merchandise. They're getting ready for like I said, they're just holding back a lot of news right now. I would imagine that since we are starting to do previews in the month of August and September. My guess, not officially announced, and I'm going to assume it's going to be announced at Destination D23, is that Moana will officially open in October. New trams being added back to parks officially fully now, and I mean, there's not much. Otherwise, that's pretty much it. It's fairly quiet right now.
When I was talking about the new pops that are coming up, I totally missed something that I wanted to talk about. So I'm gonna have to go back to that page for like a quick second. I can't believe that I like totally skipped over that somehow. So Hot Topic has a new line of black light pops coming up. Do you remember when Funko bought that brand? And I can't remember what it was called. They bought this you'll look at it in a second. They bought this like overseas like almost anime style brand. It was around for a while. It was really cool. They made these little figures, the little tiny figures.
I don't know. I don't remember that.
So check these guys out. So they're gonna have the black light. Here we go. Pull this up. I can't believe I missed this one. Don't even know how I missed this one now because this is the one that I wanted to talk about the most. Not even sure how I like skipped over the top of this one. Do you get into any like YouTube boxing? Have you seen any of that? You get into any of that as well?
YouTube unboxings?
YouTube boxing. The YouTube boxing, Logan Paul.
Oh, no. I don't get it. I think they're a bunch of idiots, to be honest with you. But that's just me personally.
If you get a chance, go check out if you get a chance, go check out Dylan Danis's Instagram page, man. It's gonna make you laugh so hard, like how bad he's trolling Logan at this moment. So they're coming out with these new Halloween black light pops. They're the so I can't tell you what the one in the middle is. The one on the left is gonna be this Hello Kitty, and then this looks like it's that Toki. I can't remember what they're called. What are they called again?
The Sanrio?
What is that series called? These are not all. No, these are all Hello Kitty. So every one of these are Hello Kitties.
Isn't Sanrio and Hello Kitty the same? Sanrio is just the brand for Hello
hot.
Kitty?
I don't know. Is it?
I think Sanrio is the brand for Hello Kitty. Pretty sure.
I don't know. What is Sanrio? What is that?
I think that's like how Hasbro is the brand for certain figures. I think that's their brand is Sanrio, or I could be wrong. I don't know. I can't hear you, but just doesn't say you're muted.
There you go. Why it's doing that, I don't know. The boxes that these guys are in. Check out those boxes. So when it comes to the Funko boxes, you have the black boxes. You only see the black boxes in the NFTs. That's the only place that I've seen the black boxes thus far were in the NFTs. They just came out with the Hot Topic exclusive Hello Kitties that are going to be coming out soon, the Halloween edition, which is strange to me because they didn't do the Funkoween. We haven't seen any Funkoween. I'm just assuming that they're going to do the Fright Nights on the New York Con like they did the previous years, which is also weird to me that we haven't announced what we're doing yet. I always think it's super weird when Funko just quits announcing what they're doing. They just kind of like leave it up for the universe to figure out. These guys are pretty hot. Tell me they're not hot. Tell me you don't like these.
I like the black boxes.
No one can tell me they don't like these.
Hello Kitty is one of those that, to get the license for Hello Kitty is, that's big because there's just 1,000 things you can do with Hello Kitty that Sanrio hasn't already done with Hello Kitty as it is. So, I mean, there's just so many different things you can do with that, and it's fantastic to work with, I think.
0 person can tell me they don't. Even if you don't like Hello Kitty, those don't look a whole lot like Hello Kitty. Those boxes look nothing like Hello Kitty. Those boxes.
The boxes are pretty awesome.
Those boxes are pretty hard though. But check this out. When you get a minute, go check out like Dylan Danis's Instagram page. He has this whole like beef going on with Logan Paul right now, and it's trolling on an all new level. It is an all new level of trolling. It has been entertaining me quite well the last like couple of days straight. This guy has been entertaining me. So go check him out when you get a free minute. I had to pull that back up though. I totally like skipped over that one somehow. It must have been as I was like trying to like blow through these real quick. Must have been something to that effect, but I totally like skipped over them by accident. There's that stupid R2D2 lights and sounds that you can go pick up at Funko at this moment. What do you got going on next week? Anything you got going on?
Not really. I do have a video still coming out. Like I said, I probably should finish up on Sunday, to be honest with you, but I just got lazy for some reason.
What do you mean you just got lazy?
You get into that. Have you ever gotten into that mood where you're like, it's a lazy day at home. There's not a lot to do, and you just get into a point where you're just chilling on the couch with the family and just kind of hanging out. And that's where we kind of got on Sunday, to be honest with you. So we just got kind of lazy, and I think with having my school starting back up next Monday, and I've got an econ class or economics class that I got to do, which is going to be a whole lot of unfun. But I don't know. It was just a nice lazy day. So I'll be home earlier tomorrow, so I'm probably planning on getting up here and finishing up that video. I don't know. Might go out to the parks this weekend. Maybe we'll see. But I got yard work to do, so that's why I try to hit up Chase's live. Which again, if you don't check out Chase, remember he does a live every Saturday morning, more like almost late morning, early afternoon. But I always miss him sometimes because by the time his show comes on, I'm outside mowing the lawn or something like that. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But yeah, I don't know. Since I'm going to Epcot in a couple weeks, I didn't want to go do Epcot 2 days. So I don't know. We haven't been to Animal Kingdom in quite a while, but it's also hot. It's so hot.
What do you mean it's hot? I'm not buying that nonsense. It's hot.
It's July and August, so the hottest months of the year. It's still hot to go out to these parks. It's crazy hot. Oh, plus we got a birthday. We got another birthday party to go to at Sky Zone this weekend.
Hold on. You got a Sky Zone and what did you call the other place?
Urban Air.
Urban Air. Are you going to go to the Sky Zone and get people too?
Well, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
The plus part between Sky Zone is at least Sky Zone is timed. So the kids they basically give them you pay for by the hour, the 2 hour or whatnot. Whereas Urban Air, you pay for the day. So you can kind of do whatever you want for the whole time. I don't know. Hopefully, there's not. I mean, there's not. Every time we've taken the kids to Sky Zone, there's never been like these big groups of teenagers that are bullying their way through. So I don't think it should be as bad as Urban Air is. I hope not. Or else I'm gonna get in a fight with some teenagers again this weekend.
No fighting with teenagers. Zero fighting with teenagers.
I promise nothing.
This is what I need everybody to do. We really didn't talk about that. we really didn't talk about it on today's show, but I made a post today on Instagram. I need you to go check out that post when you get a minute. Go check out that post. Go read the post. And I'm still kind of deciding if I'm going to do a video on it. I'm kind of like this at this moment because. Go ahead.
You and I slightly talked about this off the air, and we're not going to name any names because we're not going to give these people any sort of advertisement or try to direct anybody towards our sites because I don't recommend them. I don't follow them. I don't care about them. I know that the Luau has a very creative name for one of them, which is kind of funny to be honest with you. But here's the thing with all this drama. And this is where I sit with a lot of this stuff is society has gotten to a point, and this is just even beyond Funko alone. But here's the thing: is society as a whole is so drawn towards drama, whether it's true or not. The entire premise could be complete lies, and people are going to follow it. And that's why these people do this type of drama filled content, because it gets views. If people weren't watching it, they wouldn't do it, but they watch it because it gets views, because people at some point in their lives, they felt that they were wronged by Funko at some point and want to see something bad happen to them. People are going to go out and try to find that content that affirms their their feelings. In critical thinking, we call this what I just took critical thinking last semester. We call this a confirmation bias. So that's where things like social media comes into play, because the more you look up a particular thing, the more that content is going to be readily available to you, because that's what you want to see. But it's not to say that it's true. People can make up anything, just like we said earlier in the beginning of the show. The Onion, it was a widely. We used to go to it just for a good laugh, to see what kind of crap they could make up. Crazy thing is, people can't distinguish the. I don't know if I can't understand that people can't either distinguish the truth from facts just because they don't want to know it, or people are really that stupid. I don't know. I've never really figured it out yet. But I think we can open up people's minds to the truth as much as possible, but we can't make them care.
Right. And so Dead Zone brings up a very valid point. It becomes like mob mentality, right? So, and then we look for affirmation for our feelings. So we're upset about something that's going on, right? And Funko has a way of triggering all of us. We all know that. Funko has a way of triggering all of us. And so you're triggered about something Funko says, and then somebody comes to you and says, "Oh yeah, and Funko did this to me." And you take that at face value and you run with it. And whether it's true or not, you just run with it because it makes clicks and views and affirmation is what you're getting out of this. And you say that you fact checked it, but there's no real way of fact checking something unless it physically happened to me. If it physically happened to me, like when Entertainment Earth sent me sodas that were 3 years old and were all opened, right? That physically happened to me. That was an experience that I could talk about because it physically happened to me. It wasn't somebody came to me with information that may or may not be true, and I gaslighted it for clicks and views. Right. And so the subject, if you'll go to my Instagram, and we're not going to talk about it too much, but the subject was brought to me about a week after the boxes were sold. A gentleman came to me and says, I have this information. And I said, I kind of played along with it, right? And I played along with it for a long time. And we kind of talked about this off camera. I never said anything about it because I didn't honestly think it was true, right? I didn't honestly think that this was something that was going on. And then I didn't honestly think Funko would have played into it. But I think because of all of the gaslighting people did over and over and over, it kind of pushed back Funko into a position where they had to do something.
Yeah.
Right. Or they were just going to continue getting gaslighted more. So Funko winded up refunding people boxes for the box of fun that they got. I know they got them because I have their tracking number, their screenshots, their pictures of their boxes. I have all of this. I mean, so we take subjects sometimes and somebody comes to us because we want to feel that our feelings are valid, and we run with it because we're looking for affirmation from others. And we don't really do a whole lot of fact checking, because you really can't do fact checking if someone's trying to deceive you. If someone's simply set out to deceive you, which is what I learned this group was doing, it was a purposely done deceitful thing. If they're purposely trying to deceive you, then you can't really fact check that. How do you fact check that? You don't, unless it physically happened to you. We need to learn how to like just leave it, just keep our mouth shut, because if it didn't physically happen to you, it's not your experience to talk about. No. And I've kind of even taken this one step further. If you, because it was a large part of the community that played into this. If you played into this and you helped these people scam Funko, I feel like that you also played a part in scamming Funko.
Yeah.
Knowingly or not, you played a part in it. If I tell somebody how to hide a body and they kill somebody, I played a part in it.
As in fault.
I mean, I played a part in it. If I tell somebody how to do something and I didn't like consciously tell them how to do it, but I said that this is what's going on, this is what's happening, this is what you do, this is where it's at. I played a part in it. I mean, I played a part in it, and it didn't happen to me. If it didn't happen to me, you should just we should learn the difference between clicks and views and gaslighting and reality. Right. And there was a lot of that happened. And I'm kind of waiting to see what happens on Instagram. We'll determine if I make a video, because I'm waiting to see if people come after me. I've already had a little bit of it, but I'm waiting to see if people come after me, because I have the screenshots. I have the checks and balances. So I'm just kind of sitting back and waiting to see if we all just kind of let it ride out, or if we want to turn it into a bigger issue. I have sent Funko the email with everything that I have. 100% disclosure. I have sent it to them, not so that they can come in and be the big bad wolf, but so they can not make these mistakes in the future.
Yeah.
Right. So they could be like, oh, from now on, you're going to have to send me the product back. I'm not going to like just accept the fact that I sent you the wrong thing. You're going to have to send me back the pop that I sent you wrong.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, and that should be done anyways.
Yeah, I agree.
When you were like, well, I got the wrong pop. Okay, send me that pop, and I'll send you yours. Right. Instead of just, because you all know, and I know, Funko takes things at face value. And they're like, oh, I messed up. Cool deal. I got you. I'm sending you a new one. I've had Funko do this to me multiple times. They're like, oh,
Funko send me a whole new like outside box before. Yeah. You know, I had a damaged box coming from. Now, again, I don't know why they're not hooking Chase up with some new tins, but that one seems funny. But yeah, I had before where I got from Funko and I got a damaged box, and I called them up and they didn't send me a whole new pop, but they sent me a new box, which I was okay with. As long as I had a good, clean new box, I was plenty fine with that.
Right. I mean, so we all know that Funko's super like easy when it comes to like, oh, cool, I got you, right? And as a community, that's why I was told today that I was pointing fingers. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. As a community, we need to learn how to do better.
Well, at that same point, is if you think that you're reading that you are pointing fingers, well, maybe you feel a little bit guilty.
Yeah, well, I I didn't go there, but I just explained that I haven't pointed any fingers. As a community, we need to do better.
I agree.
We need to do better in the stuff that we report. We need to do better into the stuff that we fall into. We need to do better about not being negative. We need to do better about not listening to propaganda. We need to do better. We need to do better. And we also need to be ready to call people out when we find this kind of nonsense going on, because this right here makes me question all the times people said that Funko had messed up. This makes me question all the times somebody had said, oh, they messed up and I need a new one. I mean, it truly makes me.
Are they a perfect company, and do I think that things happen out of control? Yeah, sure, I do. I agree. And there's a lot of things that I think that it is within their control that they can fix and do better on. I think Funko's made their fair share mistake. Yes,
yeah,
very much so, and I think they had the ability to learn from that. But to continuously bash the same thing just to try to get your way, I mean, that's shameful. And to me, that would also is a problem with that's karma, because guess what? Now you're putting karma on your bad side, and that is going to come back to bite you at some point when you're least expected.
I agree with you, and we're gonna end it with that. We'll see if I make a video. I probably won't though, because I kind of want it to like fade off into a sunset now. I just wanted to point out that we need to do better.
Yeah.
When it comes to these topics, instead of quickly deciding that we're gonna gaslight a company about something that we don't have firsthand knowledge of. We need to do better other than weaponizing our social media following, because that's what I feel like that is. I feel like that is a weaponization of your following. I truly appreciate you guys.
Don't forget, in the end, these are just toys and collectibles.
They're just plastic, toys and collectibles. Vinyl, I think Dead Zone just said that. At the end of the day, guys, they're just vinyl toys.
Why are we getting that mad? But anyways, y'all have a good one. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And always have fun.
Have a good one, guys.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Sometimes the easiest things to do take the longest amount of time to get done. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed that, but before we get out of here real quick, guys, don't forget to go check our channel memberships out. These are both very new features to Mr. TechBot and myself, but we're both very proud that we have made it to this point. So go check out our memberships. The link should be down in the description below. If it's not down in the description below, you should be able to go to any one of our videos and it'll be down in the description below. So make sure you go check that out. It's super cool, fun way to get interactive with the channel. You'll get some really cool icons, some really cool emojis you can drop over in that super chat. You can drop over there in that chat so that you can flex on everybody a little bit. And don't forget that any and all super chats will go down in the description after this video is over. Give us 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes to get it down in there. I mean, we might not be able to do it right away. You know, we've got to eat dinner and still hang out with our family, but we truly appreciate all of you guys, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good one.